afternoon, good morning, good evening, good day, wherever you find yourself. This is Epa Lady coming your way once again, and hello to all of you Epa lovers out there. I just want to come your way with a need. As you all know, EPA is a foundation in the making that is meant or focusing on advocating for child psychologically abused free environment, physically abuse free environment, emotionally abuse free environment for all children, regardless of whether their parents are married, divorced, separated, co-parenting, or whatever it is. But unfortunately, we have found ourselves in having to raise kids in parental alienation situations where the kids are being abused. And in my situation as a victim, it has escalated to the extreme side of narcissistic parental alienation, which started from me myself being the victim in physical abuse, emotional abuse, psychological abuse, even sexual abuse, financial abuse within marriage. But I came out of it, and it's been 10 going on in 11 years, and it has never ended just because I have children. And unfortunately, I have to go back to court constantly, and each cycle, anybody that know how the family law works, you go through series, scheduling conferences, discoveries, stuff like that. So if you want to understand a little bit more about the situation, you can holler at EPA Worldwide on the YouTube account, or EPA Worldwide on Facebook, or EPA Worldwide on Instagram. I am once again faced with allegations of parental alienation charges. This time it includes contempt, and the alienator is expecting or is requested to the court that I should go to jail because I have deprived him of the children. I'm dealing with a kind of alienator whereby he doesn't want the children in reality, because he has used these tactics to the point where it has harmed the kids severely, to the point where he's unable to manage the symptoms or the outcome of his hard work in nurturing them to be vicious, angry, aggressive at me. So it got to a point where a child that is not autistic, he has advocated for this child to be named or labeled as autistic. It got to a point where he is giving the child medication because his bad mouthing strategy to the people in the environment, people, the court and the systems, CPS, when the kids have injuries on their body, I am being faced with the CPS not advocating for the kids because they believe that I am fighting for custody. So in this video, I'm going to show you pictures of incidents that have been reported to CPS, but nobody ever advocated for the children. Police is aware, the school system, the court, everybody has been made aware of these instances, and nobody has advocated for the children. So it got to a point where this phenomenon, vicious cycle of narcissism, bad mouthing, all the neighbors, everybody in the community believe that I have mental illness. Meanwhile, I have been abandoned with an 11-month-old and a 3 years old in January 1st, 2010. I went ahead and got an associate degree in nursing, bachelor's degree in nursing, master's degree in nursing. Right now, I'm a psychiatric nurse practitioner, not yet but certified, because as soon as I finished school and was preparing for my board, I've been once again slammed with having to go to court and defend myself because the alienator has been getting child support for over 8 years. Yet I'll show you videos, pictures of shoes that they went around with. I have at least 6 book bags in my garage that I'll show you a picture of at least one of them, so you see the extreme to which I have been I have to receive my kids every time they are coming back to visit, and I am being bad-mouthed. So nobody heard me, nobody hears the truth, I'm being presented as mentally impaired, mentally ill, so to hinder or cover up for the truth to come out, or for anybody to even observe the truth, till it got to a point where I had to, I was persistent, had to advocate. I've been advocating through emails, even though I'm not a legal custodian. Somebody will ask, why is he with having custody? He's having custody because anybody that understood the legal system, I made a discovery back in 2012, and boom, he got custody. I have emails where he would call me names. I was on the street and he picked me up from the street. And anybody that knows that I'm not from a rich background, but I was never on the street. I was well cared for by my mother, who is also a teacher, a diplomate of arts. And right now, he has filed contempt that I refuse to give him the children. Meanwhile, there has been multiple evidence that he is the one that did not want nothing to do with the children, never want the kids, never. Every time I send the kids to his house, he totally sends them back to me. When the symptoms of parental alienation, or the kids started exhibiting the symptoms of severe, like extreme signs and symptoms of parental alienation syndrome, because obviously they were nurtured to be aggressive towards me, not respect me, but eventually the behavior, the nurturing is affecting everybody, even the narcissist alienator. So whilst he was unable to manage it at that time, he got to a point where even though he tried to give this child medication, the child told me about the medication, that, oh, dad started giving this medication, but as I said, are you retarded? Okay, if you're not retarded, that medication is meant for retarded people, so you don't have to take it. So I sent an email to his current domestic partner, church pastor, who is also the domestic partner's sister, who once told me, are you sure if we let him give you the children, you're not going to go back and ask for child support? So I said, well, I'm the one paying child support. This is back in 2017. And he always presents me as mentally impaired, mentally retarded. You go to court, instead of the court, he badmouths me to the extent that even for people to listen to the truth, no, it goes around it and be playing around the bush, instead of listening to facts related to what is being filed in court. So currently, the past academic year, they have been with me. I traveled 4 to 6 trips a day from where I am to where the alienator is, just to get them on the school buses to go to school. He never attempted to pick the kids up. He never accepted playing games. And then eventually, when things became more clear to the kids also refused to go. There was a point, July 1st, 2019, I returned the kids. He told neighbors not to receive the kids from me because I go to all the miles. If I don't give I go to exchange location, he won't be there. If I take the kids to his house also, he won't accept the kids. So I go extra mile so that the same alienator don't come to court to file against me that I'm preventing him from having the kids, or I don't show up for the kids, or this or that. So many court issues against me in the past. And once again, I'm faced to come to court to defend why the kids are with me. He did show a video surveillance at his house 9:17 p.m. where he was sending the kids, go back to your mother, go back to your mother, yelling at them. And as a result of all this back and forth, the kids themselves have started advocating for themselves. They refuse to go back to the alienating parent, the narcissist, the abuser. And I remember 2017 when I re-engaged with custody modification. I spent about $28,000 US, and I ended up with 50-50 shared physical custody, while he still maintained legal custody. So there was an error, and he presented that they should correct the error and maintain him as a legal custodian. Fair enough, I didn't argue with that because the kids were safe with me and he wasn't arguing it, he wasn't battling it. He went back to court and filed deceitful charges against me that the kids never went to school, the kids missed school, they back and forth. Though that was not given a chance in the court, he has gone back to court because the Child Support Administration have served him for custody child support modification. If the kids are not with you, then let's face this child support modification. Or if you have 50-50, then let's face this child support modification again. He hid away from being served this and stuff, but eventually they have they renewed the summons and they re-served him. As soon as they served him, he got a lawyer and filed in the court that I am in contempt for not following the court orders and that they should incarcerate me and put me behind bars. So I'm coming your way. and asking that you support me protect my children from psychological manipulation, support me protect my children from this kind of vicious cycle that has affected them so much. Over the past year that they have been with me, they have been tremendously improved. Hyper vigilance, all those symptoms that when my kids are coming, you are coming, they show reactions and stuff. It's no more evidence in them. Both of them has shared instances where they went suicidal. Both of them have had so many consequences as a result of this ongoing situation. And at this point, they both advocates they don't want to go to their alienating parent. But unfortunately, I'm rather being presented once again as the alienator, even though I'm here advocating with you. Wouldn't it be hypocritical? I get to fight against parental alienation. My previous 2017, we ended the case 2018 with the 50-50 fiscal shared custody. And I spent at least $28,000. I got to a point where I couldn't afford to continue paying for private tutoring, because this situation has affected one of my kids severely. So I'm paying like at least $2,400 a month to provide him right support and, you know, to get him to where he needs to be. I'm paying my mortgage, I'm paying my car note. They are teenagers and preteen, and they eat like at least 3-4 portions per sitting. They are growing, right? So that's expected. And I'm not at the position of paying for this attorney fees. I have a lawyer that is willing to take at least $10,000 in litigation, but the way he explained it is not going to be enough. So I'm coming your way to ask if you don't mind, support me and maintain my children in a safe environment, support me maintain my children in a psychologically sound environment, support me maintain my children to become free from psychological distress, nightmares, and all of that. All their symptoms, I haven't really shared most of them with the world. I have shared some of the symptoms with the world. So I'm coming your way right now. Everybody that want to support EPA, you can follow us on YouTube and get the scope of the depth of some of the issues I've been addressing, and follow us to see how much my kids are improving. Right now I have tons and tons of recommendations from their schools based on how they are improving. Whatever is, I have record that shows that the alienating parents started giving that child medication at some point. I have proof that everything I'm saying, I have proof for it. And so I'm calling upon you to support us to initiate this, to have a success with this GoFundMe account. I'm initiating GoFundMe account with this video, and I'm coming your way and asking that help me restore sanity, maintain sanity, continue to improve the children's well-being and general growth, academic growth, moral growth, psychological growth, social growth as a whole. Thank you so much, and wait and see some of the evidences. I have been hit by him twice with a car. One of them I sustained inches here. I was looking for that court paper to put in this video, but I haven't seen it. So I am going to show you a video of my finger that was caught in his car. He told me, I'm not taking the keys. It was during an exchange, and I'm going to move away. I'm going to drive your hand with the castings in there, drove it away, and I have all kind of injuries, yet the system never did anything to protect me. So what I have been doing to protect myself is keep a distance as much as possible, ensure and go all the extents I can go to ensure when my visitation is over, the alienating parent has access to the case to prevent him from leveling lies in the court against me. That's how I have remained safe from him. But unfortunately, I am faced once again with all kind of these allegations of contempt. It's a contempt charge, and basically the request is that I need to be put behind bars so that he will have access to the kids and how to continue with his extreme nature of abuse of the kids. Stay tuned and watch this video. So if you watch here, that's my hand. I called the police. This is the second injury. The first injury, like I said, sustained stitches. This is in this, there should not be a reason why I should have to face such injuries just because I'm trying to send my children back to their father, who fought with his last breath to get child custody from me because he believed that his child support paid for me to go to school. I met him in my marital bed with another woman. He was moving away. He told me, you could not make it. You can never finish your school. Let's see how you're going to finish the school. How you're going to take care of the kids. Who is going to marry you with 2 children? This is it. It was locked and he was driving away whilst I was hanging outside. Yes, that's exactly what happened in this. I'm going to also show you pictures of, because the children are minor, I may not be able to show you too much of their injuries, but I'm going to show you a few pictures of some of the things they sustained as a result of this vicious cycle of having to deal with a narcissist, parental alienator, narcissist abuser, just to maintain power. He is right now under threat that he's going to lose power, and as a result, he is doing everything in his power. This is me and my children. Yep, this is me and my children. Yep, this is me and my mother. That was 2017 I visited my mother. Yep, but he would tell people that, oh, they shouldn't listen to me. I have mental illness, and that my mom have mental illness, and that this is 2018. You can see I'm looking for one that was 2016 also. This is me. I went to Ghana 2017. I took my mom out. This is my child. I'm paying child support. And see, I'm paying child support, but this is how I receive my children that were born and bred in America. Yep. One of them has to have his teacher. I don't want to show that video, but there's a video of this where his teacher has to use duct tape. His teacher has to use duct tape to fasten the shoe, put the shoe together, because the mouth was open and it was slapping the floor, and as a result, he couldn't walk. Yep. As you can see, this specific one here, I had to use a toothbrush to be cleaning the scalp to the point where the scale, the smelly, it's not dandruff, it's like patchy spots in the scalp. After they alienate me, prevent me from having access to me for a long time, finally got them, and this is some of the instances I get whenever I get access to them. So after I finish scrubbing with the toothbrush and the Head and Shoulders shampoo, maybe 3 or 4 times, then this is the result. You can see there is a dark patchy spots on the scalp, but in between are where the scales, the scales under the hair came off. You know, yeah, that's them at the barber shop. And the book bags, scalp, you know, this is an injury of the forehead. However that scratch happened, I don't know, but the alienator's description of this is there's a bug bite. You can see this plain, it's not a bug bite, but he said it's a bug bite, insect bite. That's the explanation he gives in court. This is an injury that is so deep, and the explanation alienator gives is that the child had a fall. This is one child's ear, not both ears. This is just one ear. Like every time the child comes, Mama, I can't hear. So it has become a routine. Every time the child comes, I have to hold both of them down and clean the ears. And I can't find some of the pictures, but I'm telling you, some of the ears I've cleaned are very, very ridiculous than this one is. And this is just one child's ear, not both ears. One child's one ear. Always in torn clothes. This is a child that was born and bred in America, and this is the shoe that he has had the whole academic year 2018-2019. Yep, so help me support this cause, help me share this for not to point figures at the alienator, but to get the right support to get help afford legal services, so I will be able to advocate for them this final time. I'm trusting God that this is going to be our final encounter. I'm hoping, and even if it's not, at least they should be maintained in this habitat in which they are right now for the past 14 months. I've been faced with instances where they will be sent to somebody who is even just helping me because maybe I went to school and I'm late picking them up, and they have offered to help me. And another person in the community will go there and be like, you're not scared of their mother? Their father says she's crazy, she's mentally retarded, she is mentally impaired. Her whole family are mentally impaired, and so it is affecting her children, his children, and this and that and that. So the severity, the extent of which what helped in him, his success in initiating his cruelty against me and the children, is the gaslighting, the bad mouthing, trying to groom people, brainwash people, even adults, the system, to believe that I am mentally impaired, even though with all that I've been through, I've been able to still finish associate degree, bachelor's degree, master's, as psych nurse practitioner, which will also benefit the kids with the crisis they have endured. People do listen to him and believes that I have mental illness. And this initiation of bad mouthing is pretty much to hinder people's accurate observation of facts, prevents them from experiencing the truth facts, prevents them from listening to even anything I have to say. And nobody, the CPS, the social services, the police, the courts, they were made to believe I want custody. That's why I keep filing in the court. At some point, even my kids were made to lie that I caused the forehead injury I showed to you guys. They told CPS that occurred in my home. Can you imagine that? So not only were these children used to be aggressive towards me, the system were used, they were also blinded to identify truth over lies. And the sad part is not like the alienator truly wants custody. He just wants to maintain custody on paper, but physically he doesn't want nothing to do with the children. And that is where I am. I'm usually okay, self-efficient, but with each cycle for 40,000 somewhere thereabouts, and everything I have to deal with right now, I'm so sorry I can't afford this, but I'm counting on your support that you're going to share this, and it's going to go far, and somebody is going to come to our aid one way or the other. Basically help us prove to the court that the alienator just want to maintain supremacy, control, power on paper to continue victimizing his victims. And also he's scared of not only losing power, but once he lost power, he's also scared of losing financial gains. As a result of this, he feels threatened now that the Child Support Administration has served him papers that, hey, the kids are not with you. Also, you guys are 50-50, so why? But we see that the child support is still in effect, and it's beneficial to you, not the kids. And this 12 months or more, for 13-14 months now, I haven't gotten a dime. Like, hey, take this for the kids, take this to buy food for the kids, or take this to provide any need of the kids. But that is not more any concern of mine. But most important thing that is a concern of mine that I'm grateful for is that the kids, my son is free from that tag of autistic tag. The tag came off him. He doesn't have autistic tag on his record anymore through my advocacy. He also has been, I've advocated, and now he has support with his maths that he's lacking through the school system, in the community, and through private services. I'm paying for them, both of them. I have in private language art and private math tutoring at this point. They have also, you know, a lot of support. I'm getting a lot of support for social and psychological support to help them, counsel them, and stuff like that. But based on all the pulls of strains and all that, I am very, very in need financially for your support to get this achieved and to stop the abuse. My kids are doing much better with proven evidence. I have records of that from the schools, from the neighborhood, from the community. Everybody have noticed change. Just a little bit over a year that they've been with me, a lot has changed, and I want you to support this cause so we can get it changed into an order to support their need rather than support the perpetrators' gains, financial gain, and power intoxication, the need to, and the aggression towards doing everything possible to maintain power on paper, but really not in person, to gain custody or provide for his kids or do anything. And I'm not worrying about getting child support, really not. If I am, I'm taking care of them anyway, even though I'm paying child support. But I'm most concerned about their safety. Restructuring is taking a lot out of me already. Restructuring is taking a lot of financial strength out of me, and I want that consistency to continue, so that 14, I still have some time to mold, restructure, and emphasize things and enforce things and help prepare him for college in the next 4 years. So support this cause, and I beg of everybody to share. Please. Thank you for always being there for EPA Worldwide. I appreciate you all. I'm sorry that I have to come your way and beg you for anything. That is so not EPA's mission when we came out. But we want to help stop intimate partner violence, child abuse of all kinds. Parental alienation, psychologists and child psychologists and developmental experts have described, and then mental health world, DSM-5 has described it as a form of child abuse, emotional and psychological abuse. In my case, it is even escalating to physical abuse of the children, and I want to end that. I want the kids to be safe. Thank you all for your support, and I count on your support to share this to go far, to reach the whole world so they come to my kids' aid. Thank you so much. I'm unable to provide right now because of my situation, but usually this is not me. I don't like to for anybody to even know I'm in any kind of distress, okay? But the need has come, and I'm counting on you. Thank you always for supporting EPA Worldwide. Take care. Have a wonderful time. Till we meet again next week.